Welcome back, folks. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're going to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 upcoming expansion Phantom Liberty, because there is a new short interview with Marek Bagdu, sorry if I didn't pronounce this right, and I guess Adam Kaczynski, because keep in mind I translated this article from Polish through Google, so I'm a bit confused on who is speaking in the article due to Kaczynski being on the cover image and not being mentioned in the article itself. So one of the first things they were asked is if they can comment on when will the marketing for Addon begin, which technically is already on. We have 2 trailers plus Growl FM competition where people can send their tracks to be featured in the game and get some eddies if they're selected. For that question, Marek replied that they cannot provide this information and the release date is still unknown. But when it comes to the current development of Phantom Liberty, he added that they feel comfortable with the current state of the work on Addon. After that, he mentioned that this will be the biggest addition in the studio's history. We hope that the new adventures and characters will attract those who are already familiar with Cyberpunk and also encourage many new players to start playing in Night City. So far, look, this sounds great, but again, I just hope that the release will be smooth, since Adam Kaczynski announced that they will be restructuring the company a while back to battle all of the issues that occurred during development of Cyberpunk 2077 and technically during the development of The Witcher 3 as well. It does seem that the results of that restructuring are starting to show, which is, again, good. One example would be how Cyberpunk has been patched up until today, with new patch 1.7 coming out as well. The game now is much more stable than on release, and a lot of lingering bugs have been solved, while some sadly do remain, but it's still not going to be game-breaking bugs, luckily. Right now, I think the focus will be on adding more and new features to fill in Night City even more, expansion and new patch can help with that a lot. And also in the future, when they release like Cyberpunk 2077 Complete Edition along with the expansion and all of the patches, then of course the game is going to get into its the most complete state it can be in. Marek also talks about Edgerunners having a positive outcome on Cyberpunk 2077 as well. Interest in Cyberpunk increased after the premiere of series on Netflix. It remained high in the last quarter of 2022. We are pleased with the statistics showing a high number of players and their positive assessment. Sentiment around the game has clearly improved, which is a good sign before the release of Phantom Liberty. And this is nice because I do believe that the game for the 2 weeks after Edgerunners came out had 1 million daily players across all platforms, which honestly surprised me as well because this felt like Cyberpunk was being released again. And of course, if CDPR didn't go back to fix all of the issues of Cyberpunk 2077, at least when it comes to the stability of the game, with some of the things added into the game, the sentiment around this expansion wouldn't be this positive. But of course, I don't even think they would be able to release this expansion if they didn't go back to fix the core code of the game, which is kinda logical. And on top of that, The Witcher 3 sales increased as well with the release of next-gen version. Those numbers will be much more clear during the first quarter results, so we have to wait for that one to come out. But of course, don't worry, I will report on it. Now it does seem that also their new IP, Project Hadar, is being worked on, at least in conceptual phase. But of course, this is not coming anytime soon. It's going to be years and years and years after this. Another decision which is definitely helping CD Projekt Red in this situation is that they ditched old-gen consoles, including PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and all of that, because adding all of the new features with basically the system that they have and the engine that they have would basically fry the old gen system if you added it. So for some it's a positive, for some it's a negative, but on the business side and development side, this is a huge positive because they can focus a lot more on, optimizing current gen, so it's not going to be having issues when it comes out. And look, if things are right now going according to plan, as they really say, I do hope this is going to be true and it stays like this. Phantom Liberty does have a chance to bring in a lot of people who have never played the game, and seeing those numbers will be interesting. Of course, again, I will make a video on it when it comes out. And this is everything for today. I don't want to go for too long because the interview was relatively short, and at least we know expansion will be the biggest add-on they did. Again, keep in mind, biggest can mean many things. Biggest in the terms of people they actually hired to do it. Biggest in terms of just the mechanics that they have in it, it doesn't necessarily have to be map size, so just keep that in mind. But of course, this being the only expansion coming out for Cyberpunk, I think they're gonna be going for something bigger. If you enjoyed this video, click that like and subscribe button for more, and tell me down below what you think about all of this, and are you excited about Phantom Liberty, and what fears you might have. Join our community on Twitter and Discord, and huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. If you wanted to support the channel in an extra way, you can go through Patreon or join directly on YouTube. This is LKM signing out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.